seen them play it more often than Toon Squad. But that also doesn't deter to the fact of just how absolutely monstrous Factor has been known for on this map as well. I remember casting them, both of these teams actually, in the open qualifiers, if not the playoffs, if I remember correctly. Factor dropped, I think, 16 in the first playoff match. I'm not exactly too sure who it was against, but I remember him dropping 16 monstrous frags on entry as Sledge. It's an absolutely beast of an entry, but our two band operators are going to be Blackbeard and Glaz, pretty standard bands for attack. For the next band, I wouldn't be too surprised to see either a Mira or a Maestro. Right away, we're going to be having a Mira off the board. And for the fourth operator, who do you think it's going to be?
Might be Maestro. Maestro or Echo would be my guess. Yep, there you go. There's the Maestro band, and that's pretty important, especially on the upstairs site and the garage site. Having those bulletproof cams, even though they did get nerfed a little bit, having those bulletproof cams is very helpful on both sites. Moving on into round one, we're going to be seeing how everyone is setting up right now. And looking like they're going to hold garage first as their first site, so probably good that it's probably going to be good to see two hard breaches come out. I would be surprised. They might think that they're going to go upstairs instead of downstairs, so bringing that Hibana might actually hinder them, but maybe on the sixth pick we might actually see if there might come out instead.
Sixth pick indeed, but instead it's going to be on Nomad this time around, favoring it instead of a Jackal. Meanwhile, we're going to be having a Pulse being switched away for a Bandit, so instead of, well, never mind, he switches back to the Pulse, so we're going to be having a lot of intel coming through for Rainbow on that Pulse, as well as we see Glitch on the Echo. Talon's going to be playing that flex role with the Legion. We have Factor and Chef most likely doing a duo run together on the Dogs and the Jaeger.
Interesting to see where they actually set this up. It's looking like they're going to do a heavy. Probably thought through this and realized that they just probably planned this out without Mir. They don't need her at all. And it's going to be looking like an interesting setup. You're probably right. They're going to have a lot of roamers upstairs, probably trying to hold second floor and the third floor if you count. Valkyrie could probably hold inside sight.
Could potentially be. I wouldn't be too surprised to see her try to defend around lobby and piano, try to play around those yellow stairs alongside the vending machine, just trying to see if she can get a few decent picks and try to play a little bit of a hide and seek. Either way, we're going to get on into the action. Vicious aiming, do their usual standard into admin. This is pretty much the one side of the map where you'll always see Vicious entering in from no matter the bomb site. So if Toon Squad has done their homework, which I'm pretty sure they've done with Rainbow, then I wouldn't be too surprised to see them playing upstairs on the second floor.
Yeah, and you see a huge push coming from that second floor, and it's actually a very important piece to hold. You want to make sure you can clear out the second floor and clear out Visa, and you don't want to get C4, especially with that Pulse being on the board. You want to kind of stay away from C4, and that's it looking like what they're going to do right now. There's no one even upstairs to contest, but it looks like they're just going to face check everything with Rexen, clearing out upstairs with almost a minute down.
Yeah, Vicious has already taken control of second floor now, clearing out, making sure that everything in admin, everything in CEO, inside of projector is all clear to move on through. And that will allow a lot of time for Rexen to move on through into piano. Just have to go ahead and butt open those the floors to try to get some kind of pressure moving on through into the bomb site.
And you're just seeing this Hibana coming out, not very efficient on opening this wall, but hopefully you're flying the site into the site. But it doesn't even look like there's anyone else out there with her. They're just busy clearing out the second floor and going into the first floor. You see IQ marking everything down right now, trying to see if she can find the Pulse and the rest of the gadgets that they might actually have sitting on site.
Factor's gonna peek out into the prize due to Doodle's great reflexes. It's gonna be the first opening frag of the match. Factor unfortunately will bite the dust. That puts Vicious Gaming in a pretty decent stand right now. But you still have Chef being, I think he's on the roam somewhere over by blue.
Yeah, and you can see the article plant right now, and they're trying to make sure that they give her that Pulse. What another kill by the IQ. It's 2 on the board right now. See if she can pick up a third. Gotta make sure that we can get this plant down. That's what they're waiting for. They're probably using their drones. They're realizing that Pulse is sitting behind White. You got Legion trying to make a push. What a great flank hold by that Nomad.
Swapping mag!
Good stuff really coming out from Tomas. It's now 5v2. We'll see that Nether Mafka's going to take down Glitch. 5v1, 28 seconds left to go. Plant will start to ensue. There we go. Tomas with the 3K takes down Rainbow. Round number 1 in a very clean fashion, not losing a single member on this entire attack.
Yeah, and I think that was really because they didn't have much of a roam presence. They had that person inside bathroom next to piano, but didn't really do too much, especially since pretty much getting pincered and couldn't get out of that. Should have probably just dropped hatch. I'm sure they had the info and they knew that someone was going to be there, but I really think that they have to have a little bit more roam presence.
Yeah, they did have a roam presence happening with Factor up above, but I feel like he just got too over-aggressive, peeking in from bathroom over by Antechamber, and Doodle was just ready for the strike, just trying to bait out Factor. And one thing I also want to commend Vicious for is wasting a lot of the defender's utility and trying to bait that plant out, which they successfully did. They were able to get the plant off, leaving Rainbow all alone in a 1v5. And he the round for Vicious. And big props to Tomas, actually, especially for getting himself a 3K. He's new to this team, he's new to this roster, and just being able to pretty much find a comfortable positioning with yourself, and almost, it looks like he really hasn't lost an entire beat. So big props to Tomas for being able to adapt well and sticking with Vicious Gaming.
Yep, and moving on, we're upstairs. This is probably where they thought they were going to go to begin upon attack. And you see that they didn't change their lineup at all. They brought the same exact lineup for this attack, because I think they assumed that this is where they were going first. So it'll be interesting to see how they really use that Hibana and use it, probably open the wall into theater.
Very true. And this time you're going to be trading out Talon's Legion for a smoke this time around. Already Vicious going to be starting to attack it again over on the admin side. As Rex going to shoot out those windows, going to be going ahead and joining himself and making sure that it's clear for him to hop on through so he doesn't die. But he also had Factor playing downstairs inside of Visa about a few seconds back, but looks like he might have rotated all the way down into server alongside Rainbow to play with that duo C4 roam.
Detected a bow.
Yeah, and the duo C4 roam is going to be pretty interesting because they're not really going through with having anyone go through Visa. I think this IQ is actually starting to spot out who that is downstairs, because they know that they like to play a lot of pulls, especially if they've done their homework. They see 2 people downstairs right now. That's going to be a big find right now, because they're going to know that they have roamers, but they're not on site, so they might be able to push a little bit more aggressively than they would have.
And already a minute burned through. Vicious starting their attack. They've already wasted a minute. They need to start pushing on through to the side just a little bit soon. But you still have Rainbow and Factor downstairs inside the server. And if Vicious isn't careful, Rainbow and Factor could find themselves with a very nice reward. But already you're going to have Rainbow sitting at the bottom of those Visa stairs nearby the boxes.
Yeah, and they're still going downstairs. Minute 30 left to go. I think maybe they should push up into Visa, or maybe just go under the theater site just to hold a little bit better. Because if you're going to play the C4s like that, then you need to have a little bit more presence. But I think they know that the hatch into admin is open, especially with that buck being present, so they're assuming that there's no real point into that. And it's looking like everyone's going outside to start to prepare for the theater side take. You even have that Nomad starting to put your main charges down with no one in. And it's a C4 off by Factor onto Hyena. That's the Hibana down. What a
On in a pretty decent position now. Drip's not aware of his current position sitting inside of Connector. You have 55 seconds. Man advantage is right now in favor of Toon Squad, but Tomas in that flank watch. Meanwhile, Drip is going to get a late trade onto Talon. That's a smoke dead and a lot of projectile. Meanwhile, Doodle's going to be able to kill him, but unfortunately for Vicious, they'll get the diffuser glitch stuck on the floor, and they'll have to frag out the remaining 3 members of Toon Squad to win out this round.
Yeah, and it's unfortunate the glitch happened, but I'm ready for the fragments. And we're going to be seeing it come out with 2 attackers on very low HP, and that's 2 down right off the board. Thatcher has probably about 5 HP left with Buck having a full amount. Buck getting the first kill, and that's going to be looking like a 2v2 on the board, and that was 2 C4s, even though one was already used. Let me see if this Pulse can hold this down. They're going to have to go chasing for these people right now.
This is essentially a free round win for Toon Squad just due to the unfortunate circumstances, but it is what it is, and Toon Squad are going to be able to take away this second round. Factor getting the negative frag onto Rexen, and unfortunately that is going to be a free win for Toon Squad.
Yeah, and that was, I mean, They had that in the bag, but unfortunately the glitch happened. It was in the floor, and they maybe shouldn't have said anything. You saw that in the chat right there. They just shouldn't have said anything, kept playing, and you just got to play the round out. There's nothing you can do at that point. You just got to know that you got to frag out. And luckily enough, the defenders had more intel than they should have had, and they were able to just hide away from the attackers that were just trying to chase them down, trying to get the frags.
Yeah, big heads up play coming out for Toon Squad, trying to run away from there. Factor getting an exit frag to end things off. Meanwhile, we're going to be playing out our third bomb site inside a garage and cafeteria yet again. Rainbow going to be trading out one intel operator for another. A pulse out of the way for a Valkyrie. Meanwhile, there's not going to be a 6-pick coming out for Vicious Gaming, considering that Tomas is going to be stuck on that Nomad.
Yeah, and we're going to be seeing pretty much the same garage hold. Let's hope that they can actually have the roam presence that they probably wanted to have. And it's looking like they're going to set up the bathroom the exact same way. They might play someone in piano and one in bathroom because they're opening that hatch. So it doesn't really matter if you get stuck in there. You just run down and go into the hatch to escape getting killed instead of having that single Valkyrie sitting inside bathroom by herself and not really doing too much. Or I believe that was the Jaeger.
Yes, it was a Jaeger of Factor sitting inside a bathroom. One thing to also note, you have Talon playing mute this time around compared to Lesion, so that'll be a pretty interesting pick to come out this time around and see if they can favor Toon Squad. I think the reason why Factor tried to risk a play and go for a peek at the time that he did in the first round was probably just due to the fact that he didn't have a way to drop down the hatch, considering that there wasn't any kind of impacts, and Toon Squad wanted to save those C4s for the plant now that was coming around. And already Rainbow going for a bit of an early pick. I think it was over on admin side.
Yeah, and if he gets an early pick right now, it's going to be it's going to change this map a lot. And especially if it's on this Nomad right now on the Tomas, but it's looking like they're going to be attacking the Visa and admin side as they always do. Let's hope they can clear it out just as quickly. It doesn't even look like they're inside the map yet.
Camera feed up and running.
Very true
Scanning
indeed.
for electronics.
40 seconds out of the way. On the IQ going to be spotting out. I believe that's a C4. Unless it's a camera, but not exactly too sure of that. But Drip and Rexon already take control upstairs by long dodge, clearing out everything from the second floor. Starting to make their way through down into yellow stairs. I believe they're still playing inside a bathroom, but with that mute being able to assist him, will most likely have a lot more comfort in playing inside of that bathroom.
And you got to question the pick on the Hibana for this round because they knew that they're going to go downstairs or into piano, and you could really use a thermite a lot easier. It's a lot easier to open that wall, and this Buck's hopefully going to have been thrown out downstairs and be able to open up the wall because it looks like that Thatcher is trying to hold an angle on yellow, and it looks like they're getting the wall open right now, and it's going to be half the round gone, and that's going to be first pick from Drip. Holding that angle on the hatch, what a great angle that is to hold. No way for them to rotate out, and it's a very smart play by the Thatcher.
Very pressured on very early. Drip gets a second on the back. Things are now looking good yet as Janitor actually going for some shots now through the floor onto the eyes, but you have Chef sitting inside the security room looking at yellow stairs, trying to get an early pick, but that's actually going to be Drip moving down the yellow stairs. If he's not careful, he could see a very early death. Chef taking down to 1 HP on the 4v3 getting pressured on from Vista. Meanwhile, Glitch will be moving away. Ooh, Trip gonna get a very nice frag onto Talon. 4v2. Time is not decided to attack yet. 35 seconds.
Disabling electronics.
Working on. Still have Glitch and ACOG entering down on the bomb site. There's now 30 seconds left to play out. Chef and Glitch need to find a way for something to work for themselves out here.
Yeah, and you gotta put the Nomad charges down. The down. Chef almost getting the kill, and Tomas holding it down. The 4v1. Can Glitch get this out right now? That's 1 kill down, 3 more to go. Through the hole that he just made right now, Buck pushing up, and it's looking like close out the round. It's gonna be another round on the board for VG.
A very close round coming out from both sides, but unfortunately for Toon Squad, they're just losing too many bodies too quickly. And the roam game is just not absolutely having it. I'm not exactly sure if Factor could have just topped down the hatch. I'm pretty sure it was open, but you know, Toon Squad just looking a little shaky right now, and Vicious, technically, they could have been up 3-1, or I'm sorry, 3-0. It could also be 2-1 as the standings currently are. We won't know if the glitch had not happened back on that second round, but fortunately some things happen inside a Siege and you just got to deal with it. But fourth round now, we're going to be going on through into the lobby and press room. The Valkyrie will be getting traded out from the Mute on Talon.
Yeah, and they brought the Nomad from the Zofia. I think that they are just going to play this Nomad very well, as long as they cut off rotates. And this is a map where if you can cut off rotates like they've been doing successfully, either with a flank watch or with a Nomad, it makes this map a lot harder to play. There's only so many ways you can really flank up a staircase or go around, and the defenders are having a hard time holding down stairs because of this. There's no way for them to rotate out because of this Nomad, and they're probably scared of the Nomad holding down angles. And Drip actually last round got 2 kills holding the flame watch onto the hatch. That's why they weren't allowed to drop down into the garage.
That's very true. That's a very true statement indeed. He had Factor playing inside a bathroom, but because the wall wasn't reinforced, it allowed Vicious to be able to shoot through and create themselves some kind of hole. And it just allowed Vicious to get those early frags and put themselves at a good disadvantage. But ooh, Talon going for an early peek. They keep Tomas down by half. That's a really huge start for Toon Squad, despite not being able to get that frag. It makes it go a lot slower into the building. Let's put it that way. But they're gonna have to hold down lobby, and there hasn't been much of a roam from Toons. And if they have roamed, it hasn't been very effective. So I'm not sure how they're going to be able to hold this site. I guess we're going to have to see, because they have 2 people upstairs right now, and it's looking like they're going to be attacking from the admin side again. I think that Toons needs to adapt to the fact that they're going to have a little bit more pressure on admin on the defending side, and you might have a little bit more luck trying to hold down these sites. It's going to be Drip joining out, Factor sitting inside a piano, Awesome and EMP to try to break those CBSs that should be most likely placed behind the table. It'll also allow Rexen an opportunity to toss in a nade, but already you're going to have Hyena single wall sitting inside of admin. He'll go ahead and use his other X-Kairos to try to force Factor out of position.
Yeah, and you got Drip holding the angle again, gonna make sure that he can't drop down this hatch. They know where Factor is, they're gonna have to push him out. They're using some EMPs to make sure he can't have any help from anything else. And it's gonna be Drip holding the flank watch and getting him out of behind that deployable shield. Pretty much gonna be holding this probably for the rest of the round until they clear out the top floor. Looks like Drip might be dropping down, starting to make the attempt to plant the diffuser and setting up for the attack.
Fortunately, Factor will be the first one to bite the dust in this round. GG in a pretty good standing yet again. Pretty much the way it's been happening. Whoever gets the opening frag will win the round. That's been the story so far throughout this entire matchup. Rainbow on that pulse will now move back into the piano room. Try to use that cardiac sensor to give some information out to his team. Glitchcopper is going to get a very late that's the IQ. But Drip getting a second kill yet again on the round. That'll be Chef going down. Roam game has been absolutely abolished down upstairs. Vicious Gaming, despite being in a 4v3, less than 40 seconds to play. Right away, 4v2 for Tomas as Brainbow falls.
Speed up and running.
It's gonna be Glitch getting the kill, and it's gonna be down to a 3v2, 30 seconds left. That Echo is still on the board. That's huge right now. And C4 coming out, not connecting. Tomas is very low right now, and it looks like Drip coming in again, getting a 3rd kill on the board. Diffuser going down by Tomas with Thatcher and Nomad both having low HP. Talon trying to make a push up, and that's gonna be Rex closing out the round.
Vicious Gaming looking absolutely unstoppable on these attacks with just so much aggression that's been coming out from Drip. I think that's his 7th or 8th frag of the match so far. But either way, Drip has been absolutely dominating Toon Squad in this matchup.
Yeah, and that's 2 3Ks in a row on the board. And you see that right there, 8 kills and 1 assist. He doesn't even need assists. He's just taking everyone out and making sure to finish off those kills. And they're putting him on flank watch, and honestly, it's all you really need to do with a Thatcher. Great gun, great utility to clear out any electronics, and he's just doing a great job of holding the flank and making sure his team can execute on the site without getting killed from behind.
Yeah, I believe that Drip is the only member out of this entire lobby that has yet to die. But as they say that, I'm pretty sure he's going to end up dying this round, because normally whatever I say, the opposite pretty much happens throughout this season. So it'll be interesting to see if Toon Squad can stop the hot hand that's been coming out from Drip.
Yeah, and it's gonna be interesting. They have 3 ACOGs on this top floor site right now. This might be what we're used to seeing from teams. They might hold admin a little bit harder than they have been. And I think honestly, if they can hold admin a little bit better, they'll probably do a lot better in the rounds because they're just releasing that whole side of the map to BG and not really contesting it at all. And they've been contesting inside lobby and inside meter, but it's too little, too late by the time they're able to because they're able to, BG's able to get in positions to hold flanks and clear out people. And there's no real contest between the two teams. It just seems like BG's getting in perfect positions to be able to clear out everyone.
Very true. Factor's going to be able to toss the black eye on top of the flag, but already he's going to be getting shot at very early on. I believe it was Rexon spawning over by police line. It's actually going to be Doodle spawning over by police line instead, but given that he's IQ, he's going to be able to find out that Valkyrie camera is no problem at all. Right away, it'll be biting the dust. In fact, they're going for a run out too late to not be able to find anything onto Doodle.
Yeah, and again, they're going to try taking that Rexon, trying to drone this out, figure out where they are, and it looks like they have a better admin presence. This is a great mid-game adaptation that they have right now. Looks like right as I say that, Doc starts to push out a little bit, but they still have one person in there, Paladin, moving back into Printer and into the vending machine area. We have Doc holding, so it's going to be a little bit harder for them to get in. I don't think they're going to probably have to adjust to this right now in mid-round, and it looks like IQ's even there to help him out, but it doesn't look like they're going to be doing too much, wasting a lot of time. They're not even in the building yet, just getting in right now, a minute in. Going to see how they set up this attack for the rest of the round.
First unit already burning out of the way. Tomas moving on through Visa. Meanwhile, first unit really have already moved through in admin. They're already pushing inside a copy small office. Meanwhile, you're going to have, I believe it's Talon on those spiral stairs. Be able to provide a lot of contention if anyone move on through over by the teams.
Yeah, and you're seeing the attack start to kind of play out. They don't really have anyone to hold any sort of spiral staircase and take that. But you got Grip holding down the leader, trying to repel in, trying to see what he can do right now. And he's got to wait a little bit longer because there's no way he can do his team being held up.
Right away, and coming up on the final play now. No one has died yet on either side of the board. This is really well for Team Squad considering that they've had the opening death in the first minute and 20. Already Fractor is going to be trying to test Factor. Hyena's going to get the opening frag, and Drip gets a second one as well for Vicious. 5v3, 50 seconds left to play out. All the time is on the side right now for Vicious. Stuck with that diffuser, but he is technically at around one shot, so should anything happen, he'll be the first one to fall.
Yeah, and they gotta hand that diffuser off. You see Drift holding down this flank right now. Gotta make sure no one's able to come up yellow, and make sure no one's able to come through connector. He knows where they are after these drones are starting to come out. Drip getting killed the first time. It's Rainbow holding down this long range with the ACOG. They know where he is, but can he hold down that doorway to make sure that Hibana, who's so low HP, can't come in and plant the diffuser? Look at Switch taking out Hibana, just as we were saying that, getting another one, picking up Jaeger after he just killed that IQ. I mean, Rexon getting
off the diffuser. Tomas having no kind of time. Rainbow gonna get the frag onto Rexon finally, but finally Team Squad put themselves back onto the board.
Yeah, and they got back on the board, and it just proves that mid-game adaptation is really what it comes down to. And they realize, hey, if we hold inside admin and just waste time, they didn't lose anyone in the first minute and a half. It really came down to the end of the round and forcing them to have to plant. And Hibana didn't have any HP. They should have handed off the diffuser, but they did not. And Hibana went down with the diffuser, and it came out to a frag fest at the very end.
Yeah. Looked to be an AFK pick coming out from Chef, but he'll be automatically on the Tachanka. Switching back to the Rook, and I believe this time around we'll have most likely both Rainbow and Chef maybe trying to contest admin again, considering that every single attack that's been coming out from Vicious has been on that admin side of things. So it'll be interesting to see if Rainbow and Chef want to contest over on the admin side and just try to do a late flank back to site.
Yeah, and it's interesting that they got rid of all their C4s that they had, and I think that they're realizing that we're not really doing too much of the C4s. Let's just try to frag it out, and hopefully we'll be able to get some kills. And it looks like after that round, it started to work, especially with the triple ACOG that they're bringing out on this round. And we got Talon trying to hold down that server by putting over that reinforced hatch. It's really important that we see them make this adaptation again on the garage. They lost 2 garages already, and they don't want to lose a 3rd.
Very true. Talon going for a very early peek outside of Visa. Oh, he sees it. That's going to be Hyena falling, and Talon gets the opening crowd in the first 20 seconds. Absolutely huge pick. That's the only hard breacher as well. The Vicious going to have to adapt very early on. This is looking really bad right now, considering that's the only hard breacher once again.
Yeah, and it's interesting. They've been peeking every single round on defense, and that was the first time we saw it actually work. And of course, it was on the Hibana, which is the most important person you really need to take this site. And we have one in admin right now, trying not to give up. And this is, again, that mid-game adaptation that they're bringing out, making sure that they can't be taken from admin. But that's Talon going down, but they have no points, so they don't know if he's actually down or not. They're throwing that nade. And be able to finish him off right there. So down to 4v4 with left.
Talon's already done the job. The most important job, I guess you could say, for this entire round for Toon Squad, getting rid of Hyena being the only hard breacher, but you still have Rainbow upstairs inside of CEO. And if Vicious isn't careful, if they haven't droned it out, they could be met with a very drastic round.
Yeah, and they're taking upstairs pretty quickly now. Now I think they realize that there's no one else upstairs. And little banter coming out in the chat right there. But we're going to be seeing them trying to take the second floor. They don't have a hard breacher, so they're probably going to have to push down these staircases. And if Toons plays this correctly, we're going to see them actually hold this, because it's pretty hard to push down from the back of sight, especially with the Echo and that Jaeger position where they are. It's pretty hard with this 2 staircases going down, especially the long angles that they can hold with those ACOGs.
Very true. So 2 minutes coming up. Vicious needs to make something happen now, because they can't get the wall open. They'll have to make a change, but Ping's coming out onto the dock, and Rainbow is sitting inside of the office. They can go ahead and open up the corner hatch inside of the lobby. So allow them to drop down through instead of going down the Visa's stairs. But I believe that's going to be Glitch still sitting inside the server, but big heads up play coming out from Doodle being able to open up the server closet. Right as I say that, that's going to be Glitch early on. A huge frag coming out from Drip, but time is not on their side. 35 seconds left to play out. Squad needs to hold on here. This Factor has working now through into server.
Yeah, we're going to see 25 seconds left on the board. They know Factor's here. Factor getting 1 kill. Going to be seeing if he can find the second one. He knows he's in server right now. Free fire coming out, but no avail. Got Factor holding down 2 kills in server. They know he's back there. They have no time left with 10 seconds left on the board. Pushing out, that's Tomas getting the 1 kill. Refrag back by the dock with 5 seconds left. It's looking like there's going to be no luck in this round. We're going to be at 3-3 standing walking into the second half.
Absolutely monstrous fragging coming out of the Factor on that round, getting 2 absolutely crucial picks onto the IQ, and Thatcher coming out from Drip and Doodle. That round is solely won just due to the fact that Factor was able to find those 2 frags.
You also have to think about the opening kill that Talon got onto that Hibana, pretty much stopping them from being able to open up the wall completely, and they had to push down the back, forcing them into the hands of Factor and forcing them pretty much to make Factor get those kills. They just didn't even have time either. I think they stalled out a little bit too much after that kill. They weren't in the building as fast as they normally would like to be, but they were able to clear out Talon. Just no luck on not having a hard breacher.
Very true, and that pretty much fell in the hands of Talon and Factor coming up big. Yet Talon getting the opening pick onto the Hibana outside of the Visa double door, as well as Factor getting 2 huge picks, and just the fact that it was uncoordinated coming out from Vicious. You had Doodle drop down the hatch, and a free frag really coming out from Factor, and then Drip just coming in way too late, moving in from the back side of server, missing the pre-fire that was necessary to frag Factor, and Factor just being absolutely clutch and showing us yet again why he's one of the top 10 players in all of North American Foundry.
Yeah, and look at the roles and look at the ops that they're bringing on their attack for Toons versus what VG pretty much brought. It's almost a completely different lineup. They switched out the Thatcher for the Dokkaebi, and they switched out the Hibana for the Thermite. I think that this is a little bit better expectation of what we probably should have seen coming out from VG on attack. They should have brought Thermite. They thought that they were going into Garage. It's just a lot easier to play with when you open up that wall completely. But we're going to be starting this round off. It's looking like they're going to be attacking from the admin side, trying to pretty much do what VG did. So we're going to see if they're able to clear out Drip. And they have 2 roamers. So we're going to see if they can roam a little bit better and a little bit more efficiently than Toons was able to on their defense.
Very true. So now that considering we're at a tie split at 3-3, it'll be interesting to see how Vicious manages to work through the rest of the game, because the way things are going for them in the standings right now, they need this win to make it to 1 point ahead of Toon Squad. But if Toon Squad manages to win it out here, they'll currently be 5 points ahead of Vicious, and they'll be at least a game loss away and can sit somewhat comfortably going into the next week. But that determines on how everything plays out for the rest of this game. First minute will go ahead and be burned on through, and you'll have Brainbow making his way from admin all the way through console office.
Yeah, and you saw the roam clear on at least the top floor was just as fast, if not faster, than he brought out. And you see both these teams very efficient on their roam clear, but it doesn't even look like they have any sort of idea of how to get this wall open. They have to wait for this Buck to open this because they didn't bring a Thatcher. Buck has to go into Piano, open up the floor, and get rid of those bandits. And that might almost cost them the round if they can't do this quick enough, because they're not even sure if there's anyone even playing in bathroom or anything like that. Looks like they're going to be trying to get the electronics out also. And they get this wall. It looks like Buck's already trying to get it open right now, with Bandit trying to sit behind White, not let up too much ground.
2 minutes coming up to be burned on through, but Glitch gonna be taking a bit of damage, and Ping's gonna be coming out. I believe that was on the Echo with Hyena. But I was trying to mention earlier that you still have Glitch on that IQ, so he can go into Piano, get rid of those bandit charges, and let Brainbow pretty much just do his thing inside of Piano. But we're already at less than a minute to play. Dokkaebi calls gonna be coming out from Chef, and things are really running out of time right now for Toon Squad. They need to start making the push on through to the side, but either way, Talon's going to go ahead and get the garage wall open. That'll be the 3rd panel. We could also open up the 1st panel.
Yeah, and this is a little late into the round with Drip coming out strong, getting an opening kill. It's a first kill 30 seconds in. We got Doodle getting another. It's going to be interesting to see how this round plays out, because there's no time. Drip getting a 2nd kill, Drip getting a 3rd kill.
Oh my god!
He's holding down this site all by himself, and that just happens to be this Dokkaebi left on the board. Drip knows where he is. It's Rexen picking up the last kill for VG.
Oh my god, Yardi Sosa coming absolutely clutch in that round. 3 big frags and 3 insane shots, showing a display of wonderful accuracy. Very big props coming out to Drip on that round, and that'll put Vicious up ahead by 1.
And that's 3 3Ks now throughout 7 rounds. Drip is single-handedly helping this team, and that's 13 kills overall. That's an insane amount of kills in just so little rounds.
13 and 4 for Drip. Absolutely insane performance coming out here. He is hungry for this win. I'm not exactly sure if he took some G Fuel or what to wake himself up, but he has been absolutely on a heater throughout this entire matchup.
And it's interesting, he's not playing typical fragging ops. I guess you could say that once they use their utility, they can turn into a fragger, but he's not doing too much opening, like entry fragging or anything like that. He's really honestly just playing flank watch, and then right there you saw him playing on site. It's going to be interesting to see how he plays the rest of this, because they have 2 C4s right now. Are they going to have Doodle and Yardi playing together, working together, trying to get these C4 kills? Because they're going to, Toon's probably going to push through admin like they just did. But Toons didn't even bring a Hibana or a Thermite, so there's no hard reach on the board for them, so they're going to have to push through the windows.
Yeah, now I correct myself on that. I said 13 and 4. It was actually 13 and 2. I think my brain just saw 2 and 2 on the assists and deaths and put 4 together, but either way, Drip currently at 13 and 2. Drip pretty much seems unstoppable for this entire matchup.
Yeah, and they're just setting him up for great frags. And look, just like we were talking about, we got Drip and we got the Pulse and the Valkyrie sitting downstairs, trying to wait to see if they can find anyone who's unlucky enough to fall into their clutch and Gonna see Buck coming out, going below. I think they realize that they're downstairs, probably gonna be trying to clear from the bottom up, which is not typically what you see. But I think when you know there's 2 C4s on the board like there is, you probably want to go for a little bit more of an aggressive push downstairs. And it looks like both C4 ops actually moved up to the first floor, holding upstairs. And so they might be just gonna be ring around the rosy upstairs, just wasting a lot of time, which is exactly what you want as a defender.
Currently 3 members for Toon Squad sitting below, 2 currently by the yellow stairs, and you have Rainbow moving through, trying to buck underneath because they saw the post. I'm pretty sure they did homework. It looks to be that Doodle will most likely be playing around piano and lobby, which is exactly what Rainbow was going underneath, which is pretty interesting considering you don't really see teams do that a whole lot. I think this is actually the first time that I've seen a team go beneath into garage and try to buck below into piano.
Yeah, and there's not much you can do if you want to clear it out, because I feel like they need this hard breacher, but they brought the Buck and the Twitch instead. You don't really need Twitch for this site take. There's gonna be 1:30, almost half the round gone, and there's no progress that was really made. There's no kills on the board. They're hardly inside the building right now.
Very true, and already we have the first half of the round being wasted. Not a whole lot of action being happening, but Doodle's going to go ahead and get a very early shot. Almost takes down Glitch, who's on the rappel outside of the balcony. That's a huge, unfortunate timing coming out from Glitch, but he'll be able to barely walk away with his life as we come into the final closing minute of this 8th round. And also that, for those of you who might not know, AWD is short for a wild doodle. So we're just shortening that name out to Doodle in case you're wondering. But first, Dokkaebi Call will be coming out from Chef, and Doodle going absolutely massive, getting the frag onto Chef. Factor's gonna be able to trade it out despite losing 75 health points. Moves on through, takes down Drip. That's a huge frag. 2K coming out from Factor as Talon finds one for himself. Rexon's gonna be pushing on through the yellow stairs, trying to get the trade and even things out for Vicious. It's not gonna happen as Factor smartly rotates away. Meanwhile, Talon will be on the rappel outside of the B bomb site. But considering that he has a diffuser, he could potentially hop on in. But you also have to be cautious with Rexon playing on those yellow stairs. 20 seconds left to go. Time is not running on the attacker's side.
Yeah, time not on the attacker's side, but we're going to see Twitch coming in right now, trying to get this diffuser down. The other 2 attackers don't have a lot of HP. Twitch trying to find this kill. It has to plant. There's no choice to plant right now. Going to be seen on the Valkyrie camp. Has to go for the peek. Getting the diffuser down. It's down to a 1v2 right now with IQ holding the angle. Rexon unable to get it with 1 HP left on the board. Tried to get him, unlucky. Holding down the sides, the attackers right now, and there's no time left for him to try to wait around, try to get a pick with this 2v1. But there's 1 kill on the board. This is going to be a battle of the 1 HPs right now, because there's no way that he's going to be able to pre-fire anything with that reinforcement right there. He doesn't know where exactly he is in terms of positioning, but he's going to try to get this kill. He might have just heard him turn right there, maybe try to get him through the wall, but he's going to go for the defuse. Can he stick this, or is he going to go for the pre-fire? No time left right now. IQ coming out, getting the kill, and closing out the round for Toons. What a turnaround.
Wow, that round looked to go any other way. Absolutely huge cry coming out from Rex, and unfortunately not able to tank the shots and be able to find the IQ. He was so close to getting that wall bang, but unfortunately for Rexon, his opponent was hugging the corner, and meanwhile he was shooting through the middle of that first panel. So that'll be Toon Squad finally putting themselves yet again on the board. They'll tie things up, and Factor coming up absolutely clutch, taking down both C4 players inside of piano.
Yeah, and it looked like the roam game that they had was going to do a lot better than it actually did. I think Toons is a very good team on holding flanks and trying to clear out anyone who might be going below. So, and you saw that right there. There really wasn't a lot of time left, but luckily they had that Twitch with the diffuser sitting on the window in a perfect position to execute onto the site. And then that post-plant execute was great. Having the IQ just patiently wait, didn't waste his time, didn't get killed. They both were on 1 HP on the attacker and defender side. So it was really just whoever landed the first shot. So smart play by the IQ to just sort of wait and make him defuse.
Very great play coming out from Glitch indeed. And also one thing I wanted to point out that we saw as Rexon was trying to make a move back onto the site, as he was coming up the yellow stairs, he clearly saw the back of Talon when he was planting those holes that were being made out from Tomas on the bottom of that wall to watch yellow stairs. The position that Talon was in. I believe it is that he could be seen from that plant spot, but unfortunately, Rexon, after he took down Talon, was not able to clutch it up as we saw, and that now puts us back at a tied 4-4 split. And really, both of these teams need to win the next 3 rounds if they want to make something happen. 3 to 4 rounds if they want to have a W in their pocket.
Yeah, and you're seeing these pings coming out with Doodle getting the first opening kill. Had no idea where he came from on sort of the Ashe just pushing in kind of blindly, getting droned in, but getting kind of tunnel vision onto the defender that was running away from her. And we're going to see Glitch holding this angle, trying to make sure no one's able to flank up those stairs. Probably call going out. Good at flank watch, so he knows that there's someone there, but it's a matter of can they hold it. It's also interesting to point out they didn't bring a hard breacher again. It seems to be the MO for Toon Squad. It seems like they really want to push the windows and don't care too much about pushing the actual site itself in terms of pushing theater. That might hamper them, that might not, depending on how this round plays out. We saw it last round. They really used it to their best of their ability, and we're going to be seeing Doodle trying to rotate back upstairs. We see him play this info game very, very well, especially with the Valkyrie, the Pulse, and the Echo on the board.
He's going to be catching out Factor sitting inside of bathroom, going for some shots, but due to the solid walls inside of the antechamber, he won't be able to find anything. But that information will be given to Drip as well, as he's now moving his way through to Tellers, and it's actually glitched instead of Factor inside of the bathroom. So Glitch does not know that his position has been compromised, and Vicious Gaming can act on this information as soon as they can.
Yeah, we're gonna be seeing Chef again holding this angle. They're setting up people on this window just to catch someone off guard. You might not look at this window if you're just running by. So it's a very smart play. We got Talon pushing up instead of sitting on the window that the Zoffia's on, and we got Rexon holding the staircase again, and he knows that that just got cleared out. Now he has to wait. You see that new Capital Bolt getting used, very deadly, especially after the buff that they recently just gave it.
Yeah, one thing I was actually mentioning before the games tonight, I wouldn't be too surprised to see a Capital band starting to come on through just because of how new his firebolts are and how deadly they can be. One thing we saw last night with the United States Nationals matchup between Organized Chaos and I believe it was Dream Chasers, the Organized Chaos was moving on through the dirt tunnel, and they knew that there was somebody playing deep inside of Armory over by Blue. They went ahead and firebolted it, and just because the fire was spreading, it forced Cookies to make a move out and was a free frag coming out for Organized Chaos. But this is Challenger League. We're going to be moving on. Glitch and Doodle are going to get a frag for themselves in a very nice shot, but unfortunately, Chef is going to be able to trade out Factor. A huge C4 is going to come on through, but going to miss his target. It's all up to Hyena and Doodle. 10 seconds left to play out. The mark is not going to be found out for Hyena's Yokai drones. Sitting inside of the projector. Chef's gonna come big, get the frag on Hyena, but because the C4 was wasted from Doodle, he needs to make a move and get the frag on through. Plant's gonna come down from Chef. 4 seconds left to go. Can you see him? He'll get the defuse off, and that'll be Doodle coming up huge, getting that defuse planter fragged, and Vicious Gaming yet again moving on up into the lead.
And that was a very smart play by the Pulse. He was checking every single corner, trying to make sure while he went downstairs. He unlucky didn't get that C4. That would have been an even bigger play, but Toon's trying to plant in the other side. They know that Pulse is still alive. They're trying to plant in the other side, maybe waste his time, make him come back upstairs. Unfortunately, no one watching yellow stairs. They must have assumed that he might try and stay downstairs and try shooting through the floor, but great push up by the Pulse, holding down that site and pretty much winning the round outright in a 1v2 situation.
Very true indeed, and Doodle coming absolutely big on those final 15 seconds, despite Hyena falling early on. I don't know if Chef just knew that his teammate just didn't have the cross or exactly what happened, but also one thing I wanted to mention earlier is that Brainbow was the opening death early on in the first 20 seconds. It was due to poor joining coming out from Toon Squad. They didn't check the yellow stairs, and that's where Doodle got the opening pick onto Brainbow inside a garage.
Yeah, and that's a pretty bad drone work coming out from them. Unlucky that the Ashe got killed early on, but now we're on this round. Going to be seeing an interesting hold coming out with the castle upstairs, and we're going to see how they hold this, different to how Toon Squad held this when they were on defense, and looking like they're going to use this castle pretty much to the best of ability that you probably can. It's really useful to have the castle, although Toons likes to bring that sledge and likes to bring the Zofia, so that's a lot of soft reach that they're bringing. So we'll see how well it actually affects this round.
Very true indeed. Round number 10 is going to be underway now, with Toon Squad going to attack downstairs at the garage, but Toon Squad's going to be joining out through admin. Same thing that Vicious was doing as well.
Yeah, we're going to be seeing a push coming out right now. We got Castle holding down Theater, and the site's not even upstairs or in the middle floor. It's down in the basement. Dropping down, we have Doodle, making sure he doesn't get killed. It was a smart play to drop. You didn't need to stay up there and try to contest. Just waste your time. It's a minute left. They haven't cleared everyone out from upstairs. You still see that Valkyrie, or that Mute, I believe that was upstairs. But holding down Yellow is right now. We got 2 defenders inside bathroom. Getting the first kill is Glitch. Opening kill onto Drip. You don't usually see Drip getting killed at first, but unlucky death coming from Drip.
Great frag coming out from Glitch, and a big awareness coming out from him as well. Being able to take down Drip is absolutely massive. 1, that's a C4 off the board, and 2, that's the big player right now for Vicious Gaming, who's going to have to force to be sat down and think about his next coming actions for the next round. But either way, that's going to be forcing Rexon to fall away from the yellow stairs, as he was duo roaming with Drip upstairs, and Rexon will now fall back into Piano.
Yeah, and they're clearing out this top floor, but I think they're stalling out a lot. They're trying to open the floor, but that's not even the site that they're trying to attack right now.
Oh,
Saw
no.
that smoke, almost a big poke, almost a big peek. He probably can see his foot, maybe. Unlucky that he can't see him right now. They have to realize that they're wasting a lot of time. There's a minute left, and they still haven't cleared out this bathroom. Gonna be opening it with a thermite, though. You got that Jaeger holding down, dropping down the hatch. Gonna be holding this site with a minute left, and not too much ground covered with the thermite.
Very true indeed. 50 seconds left to play out. Glitch gonna get the opening frag onto Rexon, however, despite dropping down into Cafeteria. He'll be the first one to bite the dust in this opening round. But there's 40 seconds left to play out. Not too much action is happening in the first 2 minutes. Toon Squad needs to get these bandit batteries off the wall. But meanwhile, it's now a 3v5 in favor of Toon Squad. Coming up on the final closing moments. 30 seconds left to play. Talon cannot drone further due to his drones being jammed on through by Drip's mute jammers. We're coming into the final moments now. Factor going to be utilizing those smoke bolts to make the push happen, but a ton of shots come on through. Yet again, Chef is going to get another team kill. What is happening with Toon Squad? Chef's gonna have to be forced to plant on through the smoke, but he's gonna have to sacrifice his life. Doodle comes up huge, spraying through the smoke, trying to take down Chef. Tomas comes up huge onto Rainbow. 2 seconds left, Plant's gonna come on through. Tomas comes up absolutely massive with a 4K, and Vicious Gaming will move on to match point. And 3 points are on the horizon. They just need 1 more round to work in their favor, and Tomas, absolutely masterful use of that SMG-11 to take down the remaining 2 members of Toon Squad, and they are 1 round away from moving on with 3 more points in their pocket.
Huge play by Tomas, the new player on this team, and honestly, you can see where his experience is and how well he uses it. 4 kills on the round, that's huge, especially coming down to the very dying seconds of the round. And this is, again, Toons kind of stalled out. They just took way too long to take and really roam clear. They didn't even have the wall open until 30 seconds left in the round. They have to do that a lot faster, and they have to clear out a lot faster. They're probably not doing too much drone work, it doesn't look like, because they're not sure if people are still upstairs or even on the first floor. And the site was in the basement. They hadn't even cleared any of that stuff out, and they weren't there until the last 30 seconds.
Very true indeed, and dare I say it, this has been an absolute barn burner. Unfortunately, Drip not able to find a frag for himself in the past 3 rounds. Toon Squad has finally cooled him down. But on the contrary, Tomas going absolutely nuclear that last round, picking himself up with 4 very neat frags, getting the diffuser out of the hands of Toon Squad and shutting things down with his own hands. Absolutely huge plays coming out from Tomas. And Vicious Gaming on the horizon yet again for 1 more round win and 3 more points in their pocket.
And you have to give it to Tomas. He was using an SMG-11, which usually you don't get back-to-back kills on. Hardly get 2 kills with in 1 mag, and he got 4. So that's a pretty good job holding down that site. We also have to acknowledge he used his smokes perfectly, pretty much. Threw it right where the attackers were trying to plant. But going into this round, we're going to see how that last round just affected them, because that was a pretty close round right up until Tomas got the 4K.
Very true. Factor's going to be tossing in some flashbangs, just blinding Doodle out. It'll force him to move on through the long distance and back down through the spiral stairs. I believe that's going to be... No, it's going to be Drip on those yellow stairs, taking a lot of damage. He'll be dropped down to half HP. He'll be forced to move on back and be forced to think about the next coming actions for the rest of this round. And Drip has been absolutely crucial to Vicious's gameplay throughout this entire matchup so far. And if he manages to stay alive, I think we could be in for another Drip treat.
Yeah, and I'm hoping he doesn't get the opening death. He's playing a little bit more aggressive than he has been. I think it's just he wants all those kills so he can get it. And that's Tomas off the board. Unfortunate kill onto the smoke. But they're not even in the building yet with a minute in, and they're just now starting to try and clear. But we have Drip actually holding this flank for Theater, and he doesn't even realize it yet that they're actually on the balcony. It looks like a C4 is going to be coming out with no connect. Unfortunate, it hit that windowsill instead of going outside. We have Drip upstairs trying to make sure that the attackers really can't get in. If they do get in, he's going to give them a really big problem. Down to 1 HP, almost dying. And it's going to be interesting to see how he tries to hold this. You know that he's not going to let this position go. He's been playing super aggressive throughout this entire matchup. So as long as he stays alive and keeps his presence known, doesn't have to get too many opening kills or anything like that on the defender side. As long as he makes his presence known, he can really stall this attack out.
Very true. Factor going to be taking a bit of damage from his own breaching charge, but Drip has been down to 1 HP. He'll finally be taken down by Chef. Glitch coming up big with the frag onto Rexon. Hyena, however, getting a trade onto Glitch, but there's 54 seconds left, and you still have Doodle moving on through over by benches. He's in a very tough spot right now with Rainbow moving on up those yellow stairs alongside Chef right behind him. Pink's coming on through from those yokai drones. He plays this right, he's going to take some shots, going to miss everything necessary onto Chef, but Rainbow's moving on through. That's a very easy frag for him. And 1v4, can Hyena clutch it out with 50 seconds left to play? No, he will not! Factor gets the frag, and Toon Squad are 1 round away from at least making that tie happen. Toon Squad needs this next round in order for it to make the tie happen in their favor. But on the contrary, Vicious just needs 1 more round to secure that W.
Yeah, and it's unfortunate that the smoke died as early as he did, and I think that if he hadn't died, he probably could have held upstairs a little bit better, especially it being smoke. But we're going to be seeing console office coming out, and hopefully with the C4s and the way that they've been playing their roam game, they do a lot better. We're not seeing a hard breacher come out from Toon Squad, and it seems to be their MO. They're just trying to chase these roamers around, so maybe VG can actually pull it back a little bit. Let the roamers kind of late flank. Don't let them go too early, because it seems like they're getting a little too overly aggressive and dying too early. So hopefully this Pulse can play, hopefully Doodle can play really well on the Pulse and not get too aggressive and not die too early. But we're going to be seeing a lot of 2 ACOGs coming out on the defender side. Hopefully they don't let the attackers in to the admin office and make them go downstairs again. It seems like they've been able to sort of stall it out, but they just need to have that end of the round stall is really where they're kind of lacking. They're getting killed right at the end, and it seems like Toons is setting up perfectly.
One thing I also want to point out, Drip on Doc. This is going to be really scary considering the fact that he hasn't been playing Doc at all throughout this entire matchup. I wouldn't be too surprised to see Drip go for a peek at that console window looking on over to the, I believe it's the parking lot if I'm not mistaken. No, it's actually going to be the gas station. Normally that's where he would normally peek. 2 seconds left to play out. We'll see exactly where Drip will be playing. I'm not going to go for a spawn peek and risk his life. Fortunately, that's actually something I was really hoping to see throughout this matchup, considering it's Vicious Gaming, it's Consulate, it's Spawn Peek Kevin. Spawn Peeks really haven't been a whole lot of things that we've been seeing coming out for either team on their defense.
It actually, the Toons actually spawn peeked a lot. We might not have seen it every single time, but I think they spawn peeked just about every single round on their defense, if not like 2 or 3 at least, which is a lot because you're risking a lot to gain a lot depending if you get a kill or if you get killed. But I don't see that the spawn peeks just weren't coming out except for the one that Talon got, and it's just unfortunate positioning more so. It wasn't that they weren't trying, but I think that going into this round, we're going to see a lot of aggressiveness come from the attacking side, and hopefully not too much aggressiveness coming from the defender side, because I think that if they play a little bit more passively and let the attackers run into them, they might do a lot better on their defense.
Very true, and you still have Doodle on that pulse. The first minute has been burned out. He'll be situated now inside of Visa. What about those stairs? Factor going to be taking some shots on through below inside a piano, just trying to see if he can go for a pre-fire through the floor. But Rexon has been droned out now inside a bathroom. That'll be Glitch losing one of his drones.
Yeah, we're going to be seeing a console office side take rather than trying to attack the theater and admin side. And it seems like this is what they wanted to do after they realized that they really can't get admin if they don't bring a hard breacher. And it's unfortunate that they're not trying to go for the other side because I feel like they would do a lot better. They've done it before. They play a really good Capitao, especially with the new Capitao bolts. I think they could really utilize it, but it looks like Doodle getting the first kill onto the Buck. That's got a lot of soft breach off the board, considering that that Buck's been really, really effective on the attacking side.
Very true. Coming up on to the final minute of play, it's do or die, all or nothing for Toon Squad, and the W is so close in reach of Vicious, considering now that they have man advantage. Rexon taking some shots, but he'll be fragged on through by Chef. Tomas getting some very early damage onto the yellow stairs coming out from Chef. Hopefully Drip will be able to heal him back up to full HP. Is exactly what's going to be happening now. Drip utilizing that stim pistol, takes down Factor. That puts the man advantage yet again in favor of Vicious. Drip on the spiral stairs. He was going to go hop on through. He'll get the frag. He will onto Glitch. 4v2 now. Time running out for Toon Squad. Currently a 3v4 on site. But Doodle making his way back into Spiral as Chef moves in from the bathroom. Going to be moving on through into office. Drip going to be overhealing himself on those spiral stairs, but Chef comes up big with a headshot onto Drip. The overheal was all for nothing. 15 seconds left to play as Talon gets the frag onto Tomas. Time is not on the side of Toon Squad now, but you still have Doodle playing underneath. It'll be a very... Oh no, he doesn't have the information. He's not being able to hit the diffuser, but that'll be Chef coming up big, and he gets the Yokai drone off of the ceiling. It's all up to Hyena now in a 1v2. Both attackers on full HP. Can Hyena clutch it out? 1v2. Moves on through now to the Visa stairs. He's not going to be able to finish it out. Toon Squad are going to be able to come back and complete the tie. That'll be 1 point in favor of each team, and oh no. A 3-round lead for Vicious Gaming just thrown away. And an absolutely monstrous performance coming on out for Toon Squad.
Yeah, and you saw the Crouch walking all the way through into Long Desk, and it looks like we had a little error, but we're going to be getting back to the next.
We're going to be moving on now. So unfortunately, no overtime is happening yet inside of North American Challenger League, due to the fact that there is no overtime located in the rules. So we'll be moving on through. Unfortunately for Vicious, they'll be able to move on with just 1 point, as well as Toon Squad. So almost like that match didn't happen. The points still remain the same technically. They're still remaining 2 points behind Toon Squad, but nonetheless, a very valiant effort coming out from Toon Squad, being able to complete that comeback and tie Vicious Gaming.
You have to think, though, that one round where the diffuser got stuck in the ground, I wonder how much that would have changed this whole matchup. I mean, obviously it's a 6-6 tie. I wonder, though, how much it really would have changed the rest of the match had they won that round, because a lot of this game is momentum. You play differently depending on how you're feeling, so I just really wonder how that would have turned out. But that was a huge last round. It was a 4v2 on Defender's favor, and they totally threw it down to a 1v2. And the attackers got the diffuser down with no time left.
Very true indeed. Really unfortunate for Vicious not being able to secure that win. They were so close to it. They had 3 chances to do it, but in the end, they just couldn't pull it out. But with that being said, we're gonna cut to a short break, and we'll be right back with you guys before we go into our bad versus Sonics. Stay tuned.